All right. Hello, hello. Hi, friends. Okay. I am preparing myself to share with you my recent experience. I'm still in this experience. This experience is not over. So, this isn't like a complete story necessarily. But, little intro here. This channel I intend to use. I've used it in the past, I've privated all the videos. I have plans for this channel. Like, I have a vision for this channel now, which I didn't really have before. This is not the vision. I'm just putting this here because it's not appropriate for my Lunanate channel. Like, it's not it, you know? So I'm here. I just got up a little while ago. I'm in like comfy clothes, pajamas. I look like crap because I've just gone through and I'm still going through a really tough physical experience. My body is depleted of nutrients, like essential nutrients. I'm not doing too great. Like, I'm not like, you know, I'll be okay, but I'm not doing too great right now. So just like, please don't judge me. I feel like I look more tired than normal. I feel like my skin looks worse than normal, like all that stuff, right? And um, I'm not like super superficial, but like I feel like crap. You know what I mean? And so I feel very vulnerable and I feel like I need to give an explanation or something. But I want to share with you this experience that I'm going through. One, because I think it's something that doesn't get talked about enough. And I think that like contributing your story is, sometimes supportive for other people. It can be validating. It can just be like, okay, like I'm not going through this alone, or like I'm not the only one. But also, I want to explain where I've been. Like I've been somewhat MIA on the Lunanate channel, and it's a channel. It's a space like not only is it my job, but it's also like a space that I am very dedicated to, and I really try to contribute to. And I have people who are supporting me, like I have Patreon members, I have YouTube members, people that are like generously supporting me, the channel, all of it. And I've been like MIA, and everyone is being so kind and so nice and not making me feel bad about it, but I feel bad about it. Like, I don't feel like I owe anybody anything, it's not like that, but I know it's parasocial. I know it's, a bizarre in a way, like a relationship, but like I feel connected to this community. I am so grateful to have this space where, I get to do this for my work. Like I get to do this for my work, and I'm so grateful for that. And I really feel the love from this community. Like I feel the love, the well wishes, the, presence of the community. And I really want to engage with that community and at least like create what my intentions, like create the things I'm intending to create for the community. But I've just been like in this point where I can't, like I can't, from mental fog to physical issues that I'm having. And it will all make sense, I think, as I share this with you. So I'm not going to give you like, I'm not going to complicate things with like, oh, this date, this date. Because whenever I watch videos where people are telling me dates, it's like I don't need to know, and it's confusing for me, and I don't want to like go back and forth. But just to give a general timeline perspective, this has been like ongoing for the last 2 months, and I'm not out of it yet. I'm still in this situation. It is not resolved. Okay, so the general time frame, it's like mid-June right now. We're going back to like mid to late April is when like this all sort of started, you could say. So late April, I found out I was pregnant. My husband and I have been married since February. I'm not gonna give you dates. For like a year and a half, my husband and I have been married. And we've been trying since then. I did have a miscarriage back in October last year, October 2024. And we've just been trying, right? So I'm older. I realize this, I'm older. I'm about to be 43. The odds are not in my favor. The older you get, the more higher your risk of miscarriage is. Essentially, you have it's to no fault of your own. There's nothing you can do about it. Like give yourself some peace here, girl. Like give yourself some peace. But, you are more likely to have chromosomal abnormalities, and that is what typically causes miscarriage within the first 20 weeks. It's like something's not developing right, and the body nature and its, intelligence causes a miscarriage, essentially. Um, Not to give like too much personal information about my husband, but he also has some stuff going on. He's like 7.5 years younger than me. Um, but he has a condition which can cause DNA fragmentation, which can cause also chromosomal abnormality. So we have like, two issues. I'm older and he's got something going on, but he is getting surgery for his condition late summer this summer. So I'm going to revisit how I feel about all this. That's like setting the stage. Okay, so we've been trying for a while. We would love to add to our family. We would love, like, my husband and I are so in love. We're so great together. We would love to create, like it's just like a dream that we have, right? So we've been trying. I did end up finding out I was pregnant late April, let's say, and was very distracted that first week. Like I was excited. I was feeling a ton of pregnancy symptoms, but I was also cautiously optimistic because I've already had a miscarriage and, so I'm like tracking things on my own. I'm distracted by things that first week, not a big deal. It's just, that was kind of like the first, I don't want to say issue, but like the first area of distraction for me. It's consuming, right? So the next week or, after that, the next phase was realizing something was wrong. Like I'm feeling like something's wrong. I'm feeling like my tracking isn't going as great. I feel like, okay, like got to see a doctor and start getting our tracking done from from blood draws, essentially. So when you're pregnant, your body produces a chemical called HCG, like a hormone. It is created in a trend. If the numbers are doubling every 2 to 3 days as you're getting your blood draws, it's a better sign for a healthy pregnancy. It's a better sign for viability. Once the numbers get to a certain level, it means that it should be visible on a sonogram. So you're not really doing your blood draws as much anymore unless there's some reason to. Now you can track your pregnancy through a sonogram, right? So my levels, my HCG levels, never got to the point where we could even like potentially see this on like a sonogram, right? But I went to the doctor. This was very early, so you wouldn't be able to see anything anyway, but they were saying like, okay, like, well, we don't see anything. Let's keep doing the blood, blah, 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 right? So my numbers, they're supposed to trend, right? They're supposed to trend. As I said, like doubling every 2 to 3 days. And mine like started to, and then they kind of went down and then they stayed the same. So this is indicative of like you're going to have a miscarriage, right? So it was devastating. Like, even though I knew like what the odds are, I know the odds, I know the statistics and everything, but it was still incredibly devastating. Like it's very hard to go through. Not only is it hard for like your grief and stuff, but your hormones are going bananas, like bananas, right? Like you're having all these pregnancies, or I was having all these pregnancy symptoms. My hormones are all over the place. And like, I'm just so sad, like just so sad, so depressed, all of that, right? But I'm like preparing myself, like, okay, like this is what's going to happen. There's always like this little hope in the background that like things would work out, but like, no, like it's not going to happen, right? So, I'm preparing myself for like a miscarriage. And then I ended up having my miscarriage, um, like very late May, let's say. And it was like lasted a couple of days, but even following it, it's like your body is in shock. Like your body is in fight or flight, So it was just not only just the immense, like painful experience of it, like genuinely like a little labor, like contractions and stuff. It was like also like, again, like the grief, the emotions, the hormones, and like just shock. Like I don't even know how else to put it. Like just feeling weak, just feeling woozy, just feeling like dizzy, feeling nauseous, like you've just gone through some kind of battle or something. Okay. So then a week and a half or so goes by. I take another pregnancy test because I still feel very pregnant. And you want to see those numbers going down, like you want to see your dropping, and mine weren't dropping. Like, I'm going based off of like pregnancy tests, which is not like a quantitative, like it's not like a professional way to test, but like you can kind of gain a little insight. And my lines were like just as dark. They're like darker than the control line. They're just as dark as they were prior to my miscarriage. And at this point, like, I'm having pain on one side, which is an indicator that something is wrong. Like, so if you're having pain on one side, if your numbers are plateauing, you probably have an ectopic pregnancy. An ectopic pregnancy is a pregnancy that is outside the uterus. It's most commonly in the fallopian tubes, but it could be on the cervix, it could be in the abdominal cavity, it can be on an ovary, but it's not viable. It's outside the uterus. It's dangerous too. It's life-threatening. Ectopic pregnancies are no joke. They are life-threatening. I've actually had an ectopic pregnancy before. When I was like in my early to mid 20s, my very first I've been pregnant technically like 4 times so far. My very first pregnancy was an ectopic pregnancy. I didn't know I was pregnant. I didn't know what was happening. I was in a ton of pain, but I don't know, I have bad period pain. I feel ovulation pain very strong. I thought it maybe was like a cyst or something. I didn't expect to be pregnant. But it got so bad that I drove myself to the emergency room, could barely walk, went in, find out that I'm pregnant, find out I need emergency surgery, find out like you're actually bleeding to death, lady. Like, you gotta like get surgery, and I ended up having a tube removed. So I only have had one tube since my like early to mid 20s. I've had my son obviously when I was 30. Healthy pregnancy, super normal, healthy delivery, all that good stuff, right? I mean, what's normal, but like typical, like just very typical, very like, everything went great. So cut to now, right? I find out I'm having an ectopic pregnancy. So even though my body miscarried and it was like super painful and all of that wonderful experience, I'm still technically pregnant. Like, I'm still technically pregnant, having an ectopic pregnancy. So of course that was like a lot to process and, experience. So the treatment for that is, luckily my numbers are still very low. They're not really high. So my doctor didn't say that we needed to do surgery. So it's either surgery or this drug called Methotrexate, which is an injection, and it is essentially a low dose chemotherapy drug. It's used for other things, like it's used for autoimmune issues such as like rheumatoid arthritis or like Crohn's, I think, or something like that. So it's not exclusively like used for chemotherapy, but in higher doses it is a chemotherapy. It is a poison. It's a poison. And what it does is it depletes your body of folic acid. Folic acid is absolutely essential for pregnancy. It's essential for cell division. So it like attacks, I don't know how to say that better. I'm probably not using the words properly, but like it drains your body of folic acid and you have to go on a low folic acid diet. I haven't been able to eat any vegetables. Like, I haven't been able to eat, like, if I look like sicker and like older and like more whatever than usual, it's probably because of that. Like, I am depleted of like vital nutrients for like cell division, turnover, like all this stuff right now. So I ended up getting the methotrexate injection. It's 1 dose, but they separate it into 2 and they give you the injection. And, by the time I got home, I felt okay. But like in a few hours, I was like, oh, I feel really weird. Like, it feels for me like you're drugged. Like, migraines, nausea, loss of appetite, things smell and tasted weird, but it's basically supposed to like make sure that your cells, the pregnancy cells, aren't dividing anymore, and your body should release it, whether it becomes absorbed by your body and it repurposes it, whether it releases it through like a bleeding or yeah, like, but it like releases it essentially. So I felt like truly terrible. I'm not the dose that I got was very low, you know. It goes based off of your weight and height, so it's like very custom to like your body. And you know, I'm not like I'm small, like I'm 5'4", whatever, like my weight and stuff. So it wasn't like it was a high dose, but it's everybody kind of gets the same dose in a way because they base it off of your like height and weight and whatnot. So that was last week. It's been about a week since then. The first 4 days were probably like the worst in terms of how I felt from the drug. And then the like maybe second or third day, I started feeling like a lot more pain and pinching in that area that I have been having pain in. And today I'm on day 6 post methotrexate, and I'm having a lot of cramping right now. So even though I've already had my miscarriage, and I'm not going to get into the gory details, but like I had a miscarriage, like it was a miscarriage. Even though that's already happened, my body still is thinking it's pregnant because of these hormones that have been still in my system. So it's still like building up, you know, the lining and all the stuff that like you would need for your pregnancy. So I think what might be happening, I'm not sure, is that like I'm hoping that the methotrexate worked, first of all, because if it doesn't work, then you can get another shot, which I heard is a lot harder. Like it's a lot harder to process. Like the side effects are more severe once you're in your second shot, is what I've heard online anyway, anecdotally. But also, if that didn't work, then they would do surgery. And because it's so small, even though it's causing me pain and all of this like chaos in my life and my body and my hormones, it's still quite small. So it's not like really obvious where they would even have to go in to like do surgery on me. They would probably, my doctor said, would probably just end up taking your tube. And that's my last tube. And I'm not trying to be delusional. You know, like I realize this door is like, maybe it's already closed for me or it's like about to close. Sorry, I'm like not trying to get emotional, but like give me a break. Sorry, I know. I'm trying to talk to myself. Give yourself a break, right? Like, it's, I still will hope, like until the last day of like possibility or whatever. Like I still hope that like my husband and I are able to have another baby. If not, we'll still have a great life. We'll still have a great life together. I'm very blessed. I have a son, you know, like whatever, right? Like you get it. But I really would like to avoid having my last tube taken, because that's like for sure, like you're done then, because we don't want to do IVF. I don't want to judge anyone. I don't mean this in a judgmental way at all, but like I know IVF isn't the route for us. Like I just know it financially, and just like the experience of it. Like my husband and I just agree, like we're not going to take it that far, you know, like we're just not going to take it that far. So it's more of a like, if it happens, amazing, miracle, I'll celebrate, but also like we're not planning that. Like that's not like, oh well, if that happens then I have to do IVF. Like we know we're not going to do that. So yeah, that's where I've been. That's what I've been dealing with. It's emotionally consuming, it's physically consuming. It's like zapped me of energy, of attention span. I have had like really bad brain fog. I've been feeling better after the drug like the last couple days, but I don't know what's gonna happen. So I go back pretty soon, like this week sometime, like in the next day or two, to get my levels checked again. And if they haven't dropped by 20%, then they're going to give me another dose of methotrexate, which I really hope I don't need. It felt terrible. It takes you out. I have stuff to do. And it's just like, I really hope, like, if you're going to pray for me in any way or anything, please pray that this is just effective and I can move past it, because I have just been in this like limbo for like 2 months, you know? I've just been in limbo for 2 months. And I should have started the video with this. Like, if you have experienced a miscarriage, an ectopic, a stillborn, a unknown source of infertility, any loss, any grief, any challenge in this regard, it is so common. Like, it is so common. And you never know what, like, for like everyone else and us included, right? Like, you never know what someone's dealing with. Like, you never know. Like I have one of the things that like methotrexate makes you is like sensitivity to like light, so you can get sunburned more easily. So I'm wearing like these little like sunglasses when I go out, and like a mask if I'm just taking my dog outside for a little while, like a hat and sunglasses and stuff. I probably look like a freak, but it's like I have been given a low dose chemotherapy. I need to do this to protect myself. I'm not afraid of germs in my yard out here, like outside. I'm immunocompromised. Like, you know, you never know like what someone is going through or what. And for those of you who have gone through anything like this, just like, I want to give you a hug. I want to remind you, I'm sure you know this, but like, this is not your fault. You have done nothing to deserve this. Any way that you feel is like normal, like all of the emotions. There have just been days of me crying, like days of me like not being able to leave the bathroom because I just don't want anyone to see how hard I'm crying, or like nights of just staying up and like getting so congested it feels like there's a balloon in my face or something, because I'm just like crying like so much. And I'm crying because of the loss, of course, like, but I'm also crying because of this like just so, oh my god, I don't want to cry now. I really don't want to cry. Like, obviously upset about the fact that like this like change in my life, this like transition that I might be going through, or that I'm inevitably going to go through, I'm on the precipice of going through. This, potential like desire that my husband and I have, like not coming to fruition. Like there's just lots of things like that that I'm crying about. The pain of it, the uncertainty, this struggle that I'm having with myself, where like I genuinely have times where I'm like talking to myself like, why am I being so mean to me? Like, why am I putting all this pressure on myself to have this ability that like is, like like the people like 10 years, 20 years younger than me are like, this is their time to go through it. Maybe it's not my time. Like, you know what I mean? Like all this just judgment, embarrassment, even just like being at the like women's center or whatever, like getting the injection, and I'm bawling. I'm like crying my eyes out, getting my blood drawn. People can see me, and they have their babies and they have their pregnancy. And I'm so happy for anyone anyone who's blessed like that. Like, you're so blessed, and it's such a beautiful thing. And I'm so happy to see it. And I'm embarrassed, because I'm like, what am I, freaking delusional? Like, like what is going on, right? So, okay. I really don't want to get into it too much because I don't want to like be all crybaby. This is like the channel that I end up always being so crybaby on. And I'm not trying to like downplay it either, but I just want to like get through like explaining this to you and stuff. So, I don't know if I mentioned this already. Sorry, I'm like forgetful at this point, but like where I'm at right now, I'm cramping a lot right now. Like, I'm cramping a lot. I really hope that this is another, it wouldn't be like a miscarriage, I guess, at this point, but I really hope this is a sign that my body is about to have another purge, sorry for the language. I don't know how to like talk about this delicately, right? Another purge, and like hopefully have this experience end soon, because again, it's been painful, emotional, grief. I'm facing like my little like personal demons and fears and like concerns and stuff. I just want to like get through this. And get back on track with like these things that I want to do and create, and like experiences that are more of like, this is beyond my control. This is beyond my control. I can take supplements, I can take my CoQ10, I can take my NAD, I can take my folic acid and my prenatals, but this is beyond my control. And yeah, this might be too much information, but like we're not even going to be like trying again for like at least like 3 months, because you're not supposed to after you've had methotrexate, because it depletes your body of folic acid. Like that's the whole point of the drug. I really hope that I don't need another one. I really hope I can like start taking vitamins again soon, eat vegetables again soon. Like there's so much stuff that I feel like I'm missing out on right now because of this, like for my health and everything. And what else? Sorry. I should have taken some notes and points that I wanted to talk about. But yeah, I hope that this is like a signal that this is like ending soon, but I don't know. So I guess I'll keep you updated. I'm going to do my best. Thank you for your patience with like not really being able to put that much content out. I know, again, no one's putting pressure on me, right? But I like showing up. Like, I'm a recluse. I am a homebody. I am a recluse. I don't have friends in Florida. Like, I really don't have friends in Florida. I really like get so much out of this community as my way of like, I don't know, engaging with people. Like I genuinely do. I know that that's maybe unhealthy maybe or something, but I genuinely do, you know? So it to not engage, to not like putting out content, putting out sessions is like more than just like putting up a video. It's like how I'm expressing myself, like how I'm focusing on and sharing like what's on my mind or what I feel might help, or what things like that I'm dealing with. So I'm putting it out for like YouTube, you know, like it's like more than just like a video. It's more than just like content, you know, to me. It's how I engage with like my reality at this point. You know? Like it sounds so weird. Oh my God. Okay. Let me think. Okay. There was something that I did want to discuss here as well. And that is, and I want to be cautious because like I don't want to like share too much about like my personal relationship, but this has been hard on my personal relationship, on my husband and I's relationship. Not in a like we're mad at each other, you know, like not in that way, but it's just like I okay, yeah. I'll share my own side of it anyway. I grew up with very little emotional support. I grew up learning that I have to deal with things on my own, and that has caused me, even as a grown ass lady, to really retreat into myself when I'm going through stuff. I don't want to bother people with it. I don't want to, you know, I don't mean this about my husband, but just in general, like I don't want to be let down by people. I don't want to be judged by people. I really like pull inside myself and like I heal myself through these experiences. But I have like an amazing man in my life. I have an amazing partner who wants to be there for me. And it's for him. I can't speak for him, you know, but like it's hard for him to see me struggling. Like he's grieving, of course, in his own ways and stuff, or like, you know, it's different, but it's his, you know, his grief and everything. But he's not like, you know, in the bathroom crying all night, or like crying in bed all night, you know, like kind of thing. He's not so disrupted by it. He's not so hormonal about it, right? He's not even going through the physical process of all of this. So it's challenging for him because he wants to help me. And I've never really had that experience. Well, you know, I don't want to say like none of my partners or none of like past people have ever been there for me. That's not what I mean. But like I struggled to like kind of like let him in, or to like cry, like instead of crying by myself, like cry cry on him or something, you know, or like whatever. Like I kind of like push people away. I'm a Cancer, you know, I get in the shower, like don't look at me, you know, like, but I don't want to say that's not fair to him, because like how you process things is how you process things. If you need space, you need space. If you need cuddles, you need cuddles, right? Like, so I don't mean it like that, but it was like confusing to him. It was, he wants to help and he doesn't know how to help. Like, this is a unique experience he's never really been through before. Obviously, we've had a miscarriage before together, but like, this is much more elaborate. This is much more complicated. This is much more, like, there's like evolution to this, where that was like a little bit more straightforward, you could say. And I don't want to put anyone who's like going through this in a position like, oh, well, you need to do this. I really do not mean that. But for me, when I was ready and when I understood, when I had the capacity, to like think like, oh, wow, like he really wants to help and he doesn't know how. And yeah, you can Google how or like whatever, but everybody's different, right? Like, some people want to be isolated, some people want cuddles, right? I needed to really just explain to him that for me anyway, all I need is your presence. Like, yes, like, please go get me some ice cream. Yeah, make dinner. That'd be amazing, of course. Like, and thank you for picking up a little more of the dishes, 'cause we're like we both do everything. Like, I'll make dinner one night, he makes dinner the next night. I do the dishes this day, he does it. Like, we split everything for the most part. But like, picking up a little more of that is obviously very helpful. But like, I had to explain to him, just you being here. I know you maybe feel like you want to do more, or you want to like take this away from me, like take the pain away from me and stuff. And that's just impossible. Like, it just needs time. But like, just you being here, just you being like the rock here, like just you being the like constant presence and reassurance is everything to me. Like, it's everything to me. It's so helpful. Um, it doesn't matter if you're in the next room working. It doesn't matter if we're like cuddling in bed together. It doesn't matter if we're on the couch or sitting outside or taking a walk, or you're just checking in on me while you're at work. Like, it's just your presence, just like your reassurance that you're there is like the world to me, right? So I had to really like explain that to him. Um, whatever. I don't know where I'm going with that, but I think that when you're not the person going through, well, he's going through grief too, but like, even in other forms of loss, right? It's really challenging. Like, even just like 10 years ago, like, I didn't know what to do for people when they're grieving, but like, honestly, like, the best thing is just like, hey, I'm here if you need me. Hey, like, I'm bringing some snack by, I'm bringing dinner by, or I'm dropping this off for you. Or if you can't, like, I'm just thinking of you, just here if you need me, just here if you need anything. Or just like, sending you good vibes. Like, just that like reassurance of like connection, I think is so valuable for, or like so helpful for like when someone is processing grief. Um, because there's nothing you can do to take it away, like, I know we want to be helpful and we want to like ease people's sorrows and all this stuff, but you can't. It's just time and their own healing. But you can be that reassuring presence. You can be that reassuring, like, you're not alone. If you need to be alone, that's fine, but like, you're not alone. Like, I don't know, that's just what I've been like learning over the last, like, I don't know how many years with like the grief, like, like with the losses and stuff that I've had in my life and whatever. I don't love the word loss, but like, that does make the most sense, I guess, because it feels like loss when you're like in the sorrowy kind of like aspects of grief, right? So yeah, I just like, this is hard on relationships. It's hard on relationships. It's hard to watch someone going through something that they're so devastated over, and like so emotional and so hormonal and so physical, and you wish you could like help. And it's hard to be the one going through that. You feel kind of guilty, you feel embarrassed, you feel like pressure, not that people put pressure on you, but like pressure to like get over this, but like literally physically you're still going through it, so how can you get over it? Like, you can't even like so yeah, that's like everything. I'll try to keep you updated. I'll try to like make another video here just to like check in and stuff regarding, what I find out as I go to the doctors later this week and stuff. I really hope that I'm down like at least 20%. That means that like it's working, so I won't need another shot or surgery. That's just like my big hope. because I really would like to avoid that. I just really don't want to do that. I think that's it. Sorry. Also, I have had a couple videos go up. I had one video go up last week that had a sponsor on my other channel, the Lunanate. I have another one this week that has a sponsor. These are things that I've had like a contract with, so like I kind of have to do it. But also, like, I have a lot more medical bills right now. I don't have like the best insurance. Well, my insurance isn't bad, but I have like a huge deductible. We have like a huge deductible. So, and like nobody should feel bad about like making money, right? And stuff. Like we all, need it. But just thanks for being so like understanding. I know people hate sponsorships. I don't mind them at all. Like honestly, when I'm at the doctor's, is like the only time that I see cable TV, because like they have one on, and I'm like, oh my god, like I forgot that commercials exist. Like I forgot that like this is what commercials are. Because I even like with my Apple, I have like not Apple, my YouTube, I have like YouTube Premium, so like I don't see ads unless they're YouTuber ads. And oh my god, like I love YouTuber ads in comparison to the ads that I see on TV. Like I'm like, wow, YouTubers are really out here making better ads. But anyway, just like thanks for your understanding regarding that and like your support and stuff. Like this has been taking me away from making the videos and stuff, which like is hurting me financially. I'm incurring a lot more medical expenses with my huge deductible, which is like that is what it is, I guess. And any extra income that I can bring in is very necessary. Like it's always necessary, but like it's very necessary. So just like thank you for understanding and everything about that. Yeah, okay. I think that's it. Sorry if I'm like rushing. I just kind of want to like put this out there. I feel like there was something else I wanted to share with you. I would love to say I'm gonna get back to making my videos ASAP, but like realistically, like right now I'm in a lot of pain. I don't really take painkillers anyway. I really try not to, but I'm not supposed to even like with this. So it's like it's just a lot. It's just a lot, and it's not over yet. And I hope it's over in the next few weeks, but like it's just not. So yeah, sorry. I'm sorry. Anticlimactic, like whatever situation. Yeah, I just that's it, I guess. You don't have to feel sorry for me or anything. You don't have to pity me. I'm just going through some stuff, but I'm also like, it's almost like this blend of like this experience and like I still have these goals. I still have this stuff I'm focused on. I'm still doing Reiki sessions and stuff. I just started doing Reiki sessions again this week, kind of like picked back up to my mid-June to July sessions that I'm offering. It's amazing. I've been doing so much self-Reiki. You know what? I will definitely have a second video to this because I think that once this is over, I will have that clarity and that hindsight, and I'll be able to share like with you all the tools that I'm using to like get through this, the energy work, the prayer, the like just like methods of like even though like I had to take a chemotherapy, a low dose, but like even though I had to take a chemotherapy drug last week, even though I'm physically going through all of this, even though I am depleted of folic acid and I can't eat a freaking vegetable for the most, like potatoes and stuff, but like I can't eat like a green vegetable or whatever. Like I'm still doing things to affirm and connect with like my vitality, which I know I don't look very vital right now, but like my vitality, my optimism, even though I'm struggling right now for optimism regarding my desires to, extend my family, I still am maintaining my optimism for like, okay, well, even if that's not the case, life is going to be great. Like life is great. It's going to be great. I'm blessed. I love my beautiful family. I love the experiences that I see us having in the future, the ones we're having now, the, love that I'm getting from my son. Like he doesn't know what's going on, but like my son, my dog, my husband, the people, those kind of the only people really that know what's, well, my son doesn't know, but those are people who are in my life who are like, just, bringing smiles and like kindness and like sweet messages. And my son, he's with his dad this week, but every morning I wake up to these like, I love you, I love you, I love you so much texts and everything. So there's a lot, even though I'm sharing with you all this sort of like dark and heavy stuff, which is legitimate, which is real, I still maintain, and it's maybe easier now, but like I still maintain that connection to like what keeps me, I don't know, how do I say that? Grounded, vital, energized, connected. Like, I'm so sorry, I'm struggling with my words. The brain fog has been just like insane. How can I put that? Like connected to flow, connected to movement, connected to processing. And even through like depression, like you're processing, like even through these sort of like really tragic sort of experiences, like you're processing, you're evolving, you're learning, you're evolving, like even through the darkest times you're evolving. So I can still maintain like this sort of like, God, I'm not trying to make this sound weird, but like divine connection, like I still feel connected. I still feel loved. I still feel supported, and I still feel purposeful, even though like my body and my experience right now still needs like time for me, So, okay, I'm going to end this because I'm just going to keep rambling at you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for your well wishes. Thanks for, the support and just like, listening to my story. And yeah, I'm gonna keep rambling at you, so I better say goodbye. And I'll show you my dog. Don't look at the laundry over there. That's not dirty stuff. That's like a bathrobe. I got a new like sun protector, a bright green sun protector. That I'm gonna drive. It's bright here. All right, I'll talk to you later. Thank you. Bye.